I wrote a real funny skit, but the computer ate it up. And so I had to rewrite it. So I don't think this is near as funny as the other one was, but I can't find it. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to start off by saying that things that I have seen that you haven't. The thing I remember most was the Great Depression. The Depression lasted from 1929, when the stock market crashed, to 1942, when the war stopped the Depression. During the Depression, 25% of the people were out of work. And I happened to live one time pretty close to a bakery, and I could go there and get a loaf of bread for a nickel, right out of the bakery. It wasn't a big loaf of bread, but it was a loaf of bread. People would coat the average salary was $1 a day. You could drive a tractor all day for $1 and your lunch. In the 20s and 30s, the Army had dirigibles. And I have seen a dirigible, and none of you have seen a dirigible that the Army had. The Army had several of them. The weather got them eventually, but they were not like the blimps we see today. They were very rigid and had framework inside of them, and they had helium to hold them up. And Texas is the only place that has any helium. When I was in the kindergarten, about 5, 6 years old, the teacher let us out on the playground to watch the dirigible go down on the wire. And so we did. We went out and watched it. It was a big thing. It was really long, big and silver. You could see all the engine hanging on it. And it came over real slow, so we get a good look. I remember when Herbert Hoover was president, and during the Depression, we ate a lot of squirrels and rabbits, and the hunters were our friends, and they would bring the food by and we would eat it. My mother was a great cook. And we called the rabbits Hoover hogs. The war came along and stopped the Depression. I have talked to 2 people that were in the Civil War. 2 of my great uncles were in the Civil War, and I have talked to them when I was in high school. The only thing they could drive was a Model T Ford because they couldn't figure out how to shift the other cars. And I would be in high school, and I would see them going down the boulevard in a Model T Ford, and I'd say, "Those are my great uncles going there." And they bought 3 Model T Fords when they quit building them, so that's the only thing you could drive. So they bought 3 and put 2 of them in the garage, and when they wore one out, they'd pull another one out and wear it out. And when they wore all 3 out, they quit driving. I have seen President Truman. He's the president that okayed dropping the atomic bomb on Japan. And I had a tour through his house. And also I have seen an electric car. I'm not talking about the ones that are running around now. I'm talking about a Baker electric car. It was full of old batteries. We had this neighbor that was really elderly lady, and she would dress up to the nines and get in this electric car and go to the store once a week, and I would make sure that I would be able to remember when she was doing it, and I would see her drive it. It drove with a tiller. You had a tiller instead of a steering wheel. And that was one of the old original electric cars that didn't catch on. ideal time. I have ridden all over the United States, from New York to Spokane, Washington, to all over Texas, behind a steam engine, a choo-choo engine, choo-choo-choo-choo-choo. And sometimes when I was in the service, we'd stop. I'd get out and go up and get in the cab and ride in the cab. I really enjoyed that. I watched the firemen shovel the coal in and make a fire for the steam. And last but not least, I've seen them build a ship in one day in the Houston Ship Channel. Build a whole ship and launch it in one day, 24 hours. You know, so I'm from a class that when something broke, we fixed it. We didn't throw it away and buy new, like they do nowadays. Being 100 years old is a good feeling, certainly better than the alternative. And I want to thank everybody for coming to my birthday party. We've got people here from Washington State, and I'm not sure the Woodlands and many other places that I don't know about right now. But I'm so happy you all are here, and you really get to celebrate with me on my 100th birthday. At this age, the thing I miss most is my mind. I can't remember a darn thing, and it's an age when you can break a rib trying to tie your shoe. I'm married to Donna, and when we got married, she said, "I want you for 20 years. Well, I was 80 then, and I'm 100 now, and her time is up. I don't know what she's going to do now, but I haven't seen her packing any bags."
Leonard, she said she wants to renew her contract.
In fact, Donna is 26 years younger than me. And we went together and we decided to get married. And I said, "No, this won't work. It's way too much different in our ages. I've got a daughter older than you are." And so she said she'd go to her doctor and talk to her doctor about it. And he told her after 35, it doesn't make any difference, you know. So. This shirt here, my daughter gave me this shirt. It says 100 years and everything is working. That's not entirely true. Anyway, Donna said she wanted me for 20 years. Her 20 years is up. I think she's going to re-up for another 20. And when we were talking about getting married, she went to her doctor to talk to him. And I'm a smart ass. I said, "Well, I'll go to my doctor." And my doctor was Dr. Bing, and Dr. Bing's long gone, but he was my doctor for many years. We were buddies. And he put his arm around me on the shoulder, you know, and he said, "Leonard, that much difference in ages, it could be fatal, you know." And I said, "Well, if we're going to get married, she dies, she dies." I'm 100 years old, I'm still driving, and Donna liked to judge my driving. In fact, all she tells me is to slow down, slow down, slow down. Coming over here tonight, I'd have slowed down every time she told me to slow down. We'd be in Sealy. Sealy's the next town west of here. Like I said, my t-shirt is almost true. Don and I watch a lot of TV. She likes to watch the Hallmark, and I like to watch history. So we fight for the control, TV control. And I only had one when we got married. I only had one of us. And so if she got it, we watched Hallmark. If I got it, we watched history. So she wanted me to get another control, so I did that. And then we could sit in our chair and have a battle who got their channel. And if anybody got up to go anywhere or anything, they'd come back, my channel, the other person's channel was running. And so I went to, this is how long ago it was, I went to the electronics store and got a system that would change the channel by voice command. And I would say history and she would say Hallmark, and it would jump back and forth. And we didn't even have to do anything, just talk. And then she'd say Hallmark, I'd say history, she'd say Hallmark. I said, that's a crummy channel. It jumps to CNN. The other night we were in bed, and Donna was over on my side a little too much. So I put my elbow in her side and started pushing. She's a heavy sleeper. But she finally woke up enough to say, what do you want? And I said, I want you to move over. She said, oh, thank God.